So, in the last video I made, it only covered up to day 2, and including day 2. To say I've been grinding, it might be an understatement to some. But as you can see, I have 120 dunge as of right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and catch you guys up on all my progress in one ginormous video. So hold tight. Because I know some people got 99 dunge or even sometimes 120, but just jumping in a hole over and over again, and that hole being the only hole those individuals will ever touch in their whole life aside from their own. I'm going to go over what I did for dungeoneering and why people should do actual dungeoneering and not just anything but it. So what you can do is, if you're going for XP, there is this gal that has a reward shop near the teleport spot, and what she sells is a lot of things. But something that a lot of people don't know are these cards. These cards are crazy good, and if you're going for just XP, you should be buying these cards as often as you can. And the reason why is because these cards can do things such as the Locust will give you double Dungeoneering XP for that floor. The Ibis will give you 50% more XP for that floor. Mosquito will give you double tokens for that floor. And there's other cards, but those are the three really important ones. And you'll also see there's variation. So there are team cards, and then there are solo cards. The solo cards are cheaper, but you can't stack them on top of each other. So let's say if you use an Ibis, you can't use a Locust right after. Where team cards, they stack. So what you can do is you can stack a Locust card and an Ibis card and a double Mosquito card in a single floor. Let's say your highest floor possible. And what that'll allow you to do is just get crazy XP dropdowns. Like, I'll show you a clip later on, but I get 1 million XP dropdowns for some of my floors, which is crazy. So I'm going to quickly explain how I train dungeoneering, like actually run through the floors. So if you're experienced DGer, you can skip this part, or you can stick around and see if you learn something. But so dungeoneering, you have 1 to 60 floors based on your dungeoneering level, and what you want to do is typically run through your lowest floors as fast as you can, and then do larges for your highest floors. So what I personally do for my low floors is I do something called C6, Complexity 6, Guide Mode Rushes, where your only goal is to run and open every single required critical door to get to the boss as soon as possible and end as soon as possible. Now these critical doors are showed with a highlighted question mark. Some people don't know this or even realize it. And the extra rooms are not highlighted question marks. So if you have a hard time kind of deciding what floors you should be rushing and which floors you should be doing as larges, you can check the wiki page, because it actually has a pretty good outline of what you should be doing. But a good rule of thumb is your 2 highest types of floors should be done in larges. So let's say you have Frozens and Abandons furnished and Abandoned 2s unlocked. You should definitely be running Abandoned 2s as larges, and you can kind of rush through Frozen and Abandoned, and depending on if you want to do furnished larges or not, that's kind of up to you, but that's a good rule of thumb, is your highest types of floors you want to do as larges, and your bottom ones you want to do as rushes. There's a few different ways you could do larges. You can do it solo, which is a fantastic option actually. You can do 5-5, which is 5 people at max difficulty. And technically the best way is a method called 5-1. So what 5-1 is you have one ult that is level 3, and what you do is you knock down the party size difficulty to 1 with a full size of Kiers. So when I say Kiers, people actually do things. And that's actually the best way, because what you'll see is every single mob in the floor will be one-shottable. And that's technically the best way. That does require you to have another account that meets that level 3 requirement. But that's technically the best way. If you don't want to do that, solo is a great option, and 5-5 is a great option. And if you're having troubles finding a group, I'd recommend reaching out to your clan, see if anyone else wants to do dungeoneering. And or I've been using an FC called I Want Cookie A. He is in the top 5. He's reached out to all the top dungeoneers to join the friends chat early on, and this was a really good environment for most of my dungeoneering experience. But if you're having difficulties finding a group, just do solo. It's perfectly fine. It's one of the best ways still. You'll have the highest XP drops doing solo, but they'll just take longer. So yeah, that's just, I'd say quick. That wasn't quick, but just brief overview of how I literally trained dungeoneering from 1 to 120 is that. So now we'll get back into some other things. Oh, one more thing I want to add before I go into every single daily progress that I had. You can talk to the smuggler and have them change your starting items. So you see how I instantly started with feathers, rune essences, and anti-poison? Just talk to him and he'll automatically spend your money and just start you off with those items. I didn't know that until Fresh Start Worlds, so I'm just letting you know you can do that. It makes the start of the runs so much faster. So, day 3 was essentially just doing dungeoneering. I started the day at 82, and I finished at level 91. I did take a small break to do some rune crafting as it's AFK, and at level 50 something, the level for law runes is super good and important for dungeoneering, so I did do a break to do that. The other thing I did to take a break with is I did some ED3 trash runs at a super low level. So the process of doing this is literally just going in, suiciding, and leaving, but it's still the fastest way to train combat. And I did this with a clanmate as just a good break, and I wanted to use a better magic weapon inside dungeoneering, so I went ahead and did that. But that's most of day 3. Day 4 was only dungeoneering, like literally all day. I started the day at 91 dunge, and I finished at 98. And that's all I did that day. It was a mix of 5-man, a mix of duo, a mix of about anything and everything, but a lot of solo. It was just a pure DG day, so nothing really to say on that. It's just dungeoneering. Day 5 was the day I got 99 dungeoneering for the first time, which was great. What you're seeing now is, I believe, the floor that I got it on. I also got 1k total that day, and I did finish, I believe I was the 7th person to 99 dunge, which is not the first that I wanted. But yeah, this is me getting 99 dunge, which was great. That was a big thing on day 5, was being the 7th person to 99. It's not first, I can probably explain that briefly. So the top 5 people in dungeoneering are just amazing. For one, they are also using the 5-1 method I kind of mentioned earlier, which I didn't think about or even know about beforehand. And then the 6th person is Cookie, who just played a shitload. No other excuse on that one. So, but yeah, that's day 5 was 99 dunge. It took me literally 5 days to get it, which I believe I could have gotten 4 days, to be honest, but I really needed sleep, so I went ahead and just took a nap, because I wasn't going to be the first one to 99 dunge, so that's that. Day 6 was a lot more variety than the previous day. I didn't just do dunge all day. I started off with doing a bunch of ED3 trash runs for experience, because I wanted higher magic for a better mage weapon, just because they look dope as hell in Dungeoneering and obviously more damage. So that was one of the focuses. If you don't know what ED3 trash runs is, I kind of just showed it, but essentially you go in with just the challenger gear that you get inside of Fresh Start Worlds. The staff scales up to 80, so it's super busted. The armor also scales up. But what you do is you essentially no item, so when you die, you just spawn right outside the boat, and then you instantly hop back in. You don't use any supplies or anything like that, so it's just super busted. After getting 90 mage, I did go back to doing Dungeoneering, and I finished the day at 102 dunge. So I went from 99 to 102. That is pretty much the whole day. Aside from that, other things I did do was I started the invention grind. And I knew this was something I was going to start earlier than later, but I actually thought I'd originally do it after 120 dunge. But the outfit for Dungeoneering is actually really busted, and I've never used it ever, because it came out after I was 200 mil Dungeoneering, so I never had a reason to use it. So that's something else I did start on day 6, was starting to think about that. So crafting, always doing cash on cooldown, and making sure I got all my points, because ED Divination's gonna be one of the harder things to get, in my opinion. And then I started thinking about how I want to do crafting and how I wanted to do smithing, and I'll go over those once I get to that point. I did take another break from doing Dungeoneering, and I went back and did some more ED3 trash runs, and this time I focused on range. And I actually did, like, I think it was 37 range to 90 range in, I think, 2 hours, which is insane. You can see in the background, like right now I'm like level 48. I'm just like, look, like, it's really stupid and super fast. So that's something I did. I will give you guys a tip though, because this is something I didn't know either. So when you're on Haunt though, and maybe I'll show this some other time, when it gets to about half health, switch. So if you're doing range, switch to the mage weapon. And the reason why is because Haunto XP caps, I think at like 70 something K XP per. So what you do is you switch at midway through, and then you can get full XP. So this works on if you're training defense and you're doing mage or defense training on range and mage. You can get like a 200k XP from a single Haunto kill, which is crazy. So just a small tip, you can actually switch your weapon mid Haunto kill to get full XP, and it's really gross. This is me doing some kind of like multitasking. I was doing Fletching and Hunter at the same time for the medium task for Daemonheim. Oh, something, don't forget to do Divine Locations. Divine Locations are super disgusting. For all early levels, late game they're perfectly good too. Just don't forget to do Divine Locations. You can see right now in the background how much XP I get Hunter. It's super busted, and yeah, don't forget to do Divine Locations. Yeah, just look, just look. It's stupid. So day 7's main goals were invention. I really didn't touch anything else. I may have done the casual DG, which I'll go over. But I went from 50 to 63 divination this day. I went from 54 to 61 crafting. I went 60 to 74 smithing. And then I got 103 dungeoneering from 102. So that was day 7. Day 8, I went from 63 to 73 divination. I did engrams, normal divination training till 70, Hall of Memory after level 70. For Hall of Memory, I did join this friends chat and World 213. The friends chat name is TNL BBC. For crafting, I tested a few things. The first one I tested was Green D High Shields with buying the leather from the GE, and then alching it while I was doing divination. This wasn't bad. I also tested dungeoneering crafting, which I've had experience with my Iron Man and RS3. This was actually really, really good, but not the fastest either. But the best method I did was cutting gems, so that's what I settled with. And I went from 61 to 74 crafting. I did mine all of my gems, but I did have the benefit of having 2 other accounts I could also mine it, and I used the gem bag. These were my end of day stats, so I'd say the main thing is I was ranked 675 overall, which could be a little bit better. Rank 15 still in dungeoneering, no 13 still in dungeoneering, so good. But rank 100 in crafting, because at this point not a whole lot of people were doing crafting, so it's pretty high on crafting, which was a little surprising. But yeah, those were my stats for today. So day 9 is the craziest day I had for Fresh Start Worlds ever. So, to start off with, I got 80 smithing off stream while I was AFKing, editing a video. I got 80 div this day as well, doing HOM. I got 80 crafting, cutting gems, and I unlocked archaeology. But, even more, I got something I have never gotten ever, and the situation behind it was crazy. So I got 3rd age range legs off a penguin casket randomly while doing divination. And this is by far the craziest experience I've ever had. So day 9 was just amazing. I mean, we got invention unlocked. We got 3rd age, the only 3rd age in all of Fresh Start Worlds, even to this point that I'm aware of. Like, God, that's crazy. And we have everything unlocked that we really needed. So that's great. So with invention comes augments. And I wanted to get augments unlocked before I maxed out my combat, just so I could use them during combat, because that's how I train it anyways. And the dungeon outfit. So that's kind of why I did it first, before just grinding out DG. So reviewing the ranks, I'm still in the top 15 for dungeoneering at rank 14, so that's good even though I took a break. I'm ranked 19 in invention, which is crazy. And then I'm ranked 49 in crafting. That just goes to show how few people have invention unlocked, because crafting seems pretty hard. I mean, even rank 193 at end of the day for smithing seems pretty damn good. So I'm pretty happy with the end of day for today. And just an update on the ult at this point. So he's at 92 mining and 81 smithing. He's just going ham. He did work on getting me some gems for crafting, but I'm still holding pretty good ranks. So 139 in smithing and 102 in mining. Pretty good spot for this account. So day 10 is the first real day where I have everything for invention. But I want to remind you guys, I'm still doing like daily shit every single day. So at this point, like dailies that I'm doing is warbands whenever I can remember. Caches, I'm thinking I'm probably going to drop off, as I don't really see a huge goal past 80. But I'm still doing farming beehives, because there's always a use for farming. But yeah, I'm still doing dailies, still doing warbands, because warbands busted, and Herbler XP is really hard to get here. I do have a tip for those that are doing invention. Do discoveries. The XP from them are crazy, and you can also make a invention potion to discover things that are higher, and I recommend really doing that till you can level things up to level 10, so you're not wasting augments disassembling something up at level 5, so make sure to do that. So with invention, I'm finally going back to doing some trash runs. I did try ED4, I made like 5 mil in less than 30 minutes, but the XP was awful, so I just went back to old reliable, which is ED3. I disassembled my first salamander. By the way, the food for that salamander, Harlander Tar, at this point doesn't exist in the game, so I had to make it manually, which was interesting, and pay a lot for Swamp Tour or gather it myself. So the upkeep on the salamander was a little bit much, but I did get 99 range in the process, 99 mage, and 99 defense. And in the process of all this, I did get one pet. I got the little lizard. I got the 99, or I got the HP pet, which was pretty cool. So that's great. And then with all that done, I finally have everything I'd physically want for dungeoneering. I have the outfit, which is going to be great. I have all the stats to use all the really dope weapons and armors inside dungeoneering, so I am so excited to get back into DG. So I still don't know what to do with like these random levels I get within dungeoneering, because I do get a lot of them, so I'm just gonna kind of like toss them in whenever I want. But I mean, there's some, like, this is a lot of levels you get from dungeoneering, so they're all from doors and puzzle rooms, and it does add up. So my total level's not doing too bad. My crafting is still rank 45, and I'm 15 in dungeoneering. So that's not too bad, and I'm ranked 20 in invention, so I'm dropping a bit there. I think my goal is to push for top 10, try and get that back, because my peak was 7. But because I took so much time to unlock invention and stuff, it really set me back when I'm the only one in the top 25 with the outfit unlock, so I need to get back to that grind. So day 11 was a huge DG grind day, so I got 105 dungeoneering, and then I also got 90 smithing on my ult that day, and I also got 91 dungeoneering on my ult, followed by 92 dungeoneering, followed by 93 on my ult, followed by 99 HP on my main, followed by 106 DG on my main, so yeah, pretty busy day. Followed by 93 DG on my ult. And here's some random levels I got from dungeoneering, so that's 66 mining and 47 construction. But yeah, man, this XP adds up, man. After that, I got 50 prayer from a door. Again, just throwing it in here. And this should be 50 wood cutting. And this should be 40 summoning. Yep, 40 summoning, all from DG. And that's 42 agility from DG, 36 strength from DG, and last but not least, 49 thieving. So I'm ending the day rank 14 in dungeoneering, which isn't bad, 106, still keeping some kind of high ranks in other skills. Let's go ahead and check my other accounts real fast. So my mining accounts rank 94 in smithing and 121 in mining. So not too bad, still not in the top 100 for mining. And then my DG ult is sitting at rank 73 at 93 dunge. So day 12, I went from 107 to 108 DG, ending at rank 8. So this should be 108 dungeoneering coming in, and there we go, with a pretty big XP drop. And this should be a level for my ult. Yep, 94 dungeoneering on my ult. So I'm still doing other skills as well, like I'm still mining on my other account and such. But I'm actually thinking I need to get Bladed Dive, so that might be something I'll be working on. As I was speaking, I got 94 mining on my ult. So the end of day 12 consisted of me trying to get Bladed Dive, and it took me way longer than what it should because just the restrictions that we currently have. But what you're seeing now is the last run that I needed for Bladed Dive, and there we go. I have Bladed Dive unlocked. And the reason why I want this is it's just really, really nice for dungeoneering, and just the game in general. It's just super, super good. So that's finally unlocked. It took me 5 hours and 43 minutes of not being super efficient, but it was fucking grind. So that took me the whole night. With that being said, the next goals at this point is going to have like the mobile relic from archaeology and double surge, but that is Bladed Dive unlocked. So day 13 was another just DG day. After getting Bladed Dive unlocked, is I wanted to use it. So I went from 108 dungeoneering to 111 on my main, and I got 95 to 99 dungeoneering on my alt. I also got a whole slur of like other random levels while doing dungeoneering, so yeah, I'll show those as well. It was a pretty productive day. I did end the day at rank 12 in dungeoneering. Day 14 wasn't the most productive day. I didn't get to play for too long, but I did gain around 30 total levels from doing dungeoneering, and I did actually get the dungeoneering pet this day as well, so that was probably the best thing that happened that day, and I got 96 mining on my ult, but aside from that, not really a whole lot happened. So day 15 was the last day I had before I left for vacation for 5 days. So I went pretty hard. I went from 111 dunge to 113, which was pretty good. And I also went from about 1750 total to about 1800 total level. So about 50 levels gained in random skills. So that's pretty good. I think I left at rank 10 or rank 9 before the vacation, but being gone for 10 days or 5 days is really not good for competing, but we'll see how it goes. I also managed to get the achievement for killing every single boss in Daemonheim, the last one being the Warmonger, or whatever his name is, but he's really cool, super long fight, but really cool. So going into my vacation to New York, I was hoping to AFK as much as possible archaeology to get the level required for the mobile relic. So going into my vacation, that was my goal, is to AFK that so I could come back and have that done. Subscribe, you've made it this far already, might as well. So during my vacation, I really did not get to accomplish that much. I AFK'd up to about 61 archaeology and still got to do my divine locations for woodcutting. So I got up to 70 woodcutting and 61-ish archaeology from my vacation, so that's what I'm working from. On day 21, which is the day I got back from my vacation that night, I AFK'd more archaeology. That's essentially it. Did some more mining on my ult, so I got up to 97 mining on my ult and 67 archaeology on my main. Day 22 was finally getting the mobile relic. I don't have a clip of this, but finally got that. I also got 70 archaeology from the archaeology grind, and I did a little bit of DG, so I got 101 DG on my ult and 117 DG on my main. And I also did the typical dailies, and I'm up to 66 Herbler at this point. Day 23, I put some money into Double Surge, and I bought that for like 11 mil. I also finally got 99 mining on my ult. That took way longer than what I thought. And I gained about 20 plus million dungeoneering XP, and I went from 114 dungeoneering to 117 dungeoneering, which is pretty crazy. So that was my end of day. Yep. I did finally get back in the top 25 as well, top page for dungeoneering, because of vacation really threw that off, and I got to rank 23 is the rank I got. So Day 24 was another dunge day, just grinding the hell out of it. I got over 20 million XP again. So I got 108 DG on my ult and 117 to 119 DG on my main. On my mining ult, so with 99 mining done and out of the way, I switched to doing smithing. So I got up to 94 smithing on my ult. And I finished the day at rank 20, so slowly going up, but nowhere near my rank 7 that I originally had, so big oof there. So day 25 was the day where I kind of finished one of my bigger goals, so I did get 110 DG on my ult, and I got 120 DG on my main, and that felt amazing. I was the 20th person to get it, which isn't the greatest, but given everything, that's kind of where I'm at, and I was super satisfied with that. During this time as well, I was super sick. Even while making this video, I'm still pretty sick, not doing the best, but I literally got 120 DG and logged off because I was like dying. Got the cape and whatnot, but yeah, day 25 finished 120 dunge, and was sick as shit and didn't do anything else. So that brings us to closer to today, so I'm gonna skip a few days. I'd say the only big thing I think that's kind of kept out of the clip so far is I did get 99 smithing on my ult, so that's done, which is really big. And I'm slowly working towards masterwork, so I'm mining all the stuff required for that right now, and just working on my mining level in general. Now my main, with the addition of flash events, I've been doing those religiously as often as I can, so I haven't really had cache issues. Also, this video's taken a few days to edit, just due to the fact that I'm garbage slow at it. But I'm up to 91 attack. If you actually are curious how long this video took to edit, go to the very first clip where I'm kind of showing some of the rewards from dunge, or some of the stuff, tips and tricks for dungeoneering, and just compare the levels from there to then, and you kind of get an idea of it. I'm at Archglacier. I believe I'm at like over 500 kills here, just AFKing, which means I have plenty of charms. But aside from that, I don't know what else to really bring up. I'd say keep watching for future videos, as it's gonna be hopefully not a lot more dunge content. I'd say any other noticeable things would be I did do a little bit of prayer, and I am 75 Herbler. So thanks for making it this far, super appreciate it, and till next time, bye.